You want to know what fires me up? What gets me going? What excites me? It's the suffering of others. Hey friends, welcome back. I am Jason, and first of all, I'd like to apologize for the clickbaitiness of the title. I wanted to get you here, and for that I'm not sorry, because what I have to talk about is super important, and I really genuinely want the best for you, each and every single one of you watching this video. One of the least talked about and the most important, the most crucial aspects of being prepared is our physical readiness. Our physical abilities to get the job done. I very strongly believe that our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual strength is all connected. And if one of them is lacking, all of them will be lacking. We can never reach our mental potential if our physical prowess is lacking in some form or fashion. Now, first of all, I am no physical specimen. I do not want to come off as such, and I don't want to come off as me preaching, right? I don't want to say, you guys all suck and I'm amazing. Absolutely not. I miss workouts. I get lazy. I slack from time to time. I don't push as hard as I should. I eat the wrong foods from time to time. I lack discipline in a lot of areas of my life, but I'm working on improving those areas. I'm aware of them. When I became a father, when I became a husband, became a father, I became very aware of how weak I am in a lot of areas, and I aspire to get better, to get stronger. And what I want to do in this video is encourage you, not only encourage you to start working on your physical fitness, but I want to eliminate a lot of the excuses that we all have, me included. The first excuse that I hear a lot is I don't have time. Yes, I get it. Physical fitness requires some time investment. Understood. However, what I do is about an hour and a half a week. That's 3 times a week, about 30 minutes or less, give or take, per workout session. You're telling me that you can't eke away, you can't scratch away 30 minutes of your life 3 times a week. I find that hard to believe, regardless of how busy you think you are. I am sure that if you made it a priority in your life, you could invest that very small amount of time into something that is so important. One way to eliminate how much time you spend investing in physical fitness is you don't need a gym membership. I have worked in gyms most of my adult life, and I tell you that you do not need a gym membership to achieve nearly elite levels of fitness. You can get the job done. What we're talking about is general physical preparedness. We want to be ready for anything and everything. We want to be ready for action. We want to be able to climb the mountain. We want to be able to save the baby out of the river. We want to be able to push the truck up the hill. We want to be able to conquer whatever needs conquering at the moment. That type of physical fitness does not require a gym membership. It doesn't even require really any equipment. Yes, you can get some variety in your life. You could spice it up a little bit by having some barbells and dumbbells and kettlebells and pull-up bars and rings and all that kind of stuff. Yes, fantastic, but it is absolutely not required. What is required is your motivation to get up and go do it, and some space. That's really it. Your body and some space. Because when we're talking about basic general physical preparedness, there's nothing more functional, there's nothing more real life than just moving your body through space, right? Push-ups and pull-ups and squats and lunges and running and walking and hiking. These are the types of things that we need to be spending 95+% on, because that is what's going to be required of us. So you don't need to spend the 20 minutes driving to the gym, and then the hour and a half at the gym, and then the shower at the gym, and then the 20 minutes driving back before. You don't need to do that. You don't need to spend 3 hours of your life every single day. A lot of people will make it seem like it's more difficult than it actually is. I did this professionally for a long time, and I'm speaking from my own personal experience. And as a professional strength and conditioning coach, I have trained everyone from Division I athletes to our nation's elite warriors. And I'm telling you that you do not need a gym membership. You can get this stuff done at home, no problem, with extremely limited space, extremely limited funds. You don't need to pay for a gym membership. That's another excuse that I hear all the time, is I don't have money to invest in these types of things. I can't pay for the gym membership. I can't buy the home gym. You don't need it. The other one that I hear all the time is I don't feel like it. I'm not motivated. And I get it. Trust me, I understand. I did not feel like working out this morning. I did not want to go out into the cold. It was like 30 degrees this morning, and I did not feel like going out into the cold and exercising. Having my lungs being burned with the cold air and holding on to the icy cold steel rings. I did not want to do that. However, I forced myself to do it, and once you get past that initial resistance, once you just get the wheels rolling, the ball rolling just a little bit, it's not so bad. If you wait for motivation to come, chances are it will never happen. You can't wait for motivation. You have to go get it. You have to go get the motivation. Come here. Come here. Somebody's shooting not too far off. Looks like probably a couple hundred yards away. Somebody's touching off a few rounds at the range, and Maggie does not like gunshots, do you, girl? No. Freaks her out. She hates it. You hate it, don't you, girl? Come on. Come on, girl. I know. Every time someone shoots, she always comes looking for some attention. No one's gonna get you, girl. No one's gonna get you. Where were we before Maggie interrupted? Motivation. Don't wait for it. Go get it. Just get started. Get that truck. Start pushing that truck. And once you get it starting to move, you got to start getting a little momentum going. You can keep it going. What motivates me, what inspires me, what encourages me to get out there and keep doing the things, to keep pushing, is the performance. I want to maintain my ability to run the mile, to do the pull-up. I want to be strong enough, fit enough to conquer whatever obstacle comes my way. Now, will I always be able to get the job done physically? Maybe, maybe not. But I want to do everything that I can to be ready for it. As preparedness-minded individuals like us, right? We want to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. And if we're lacking physically, we may not be able to be part of the solution, right? If we are lacking physically, we might end up being part of the problem, and none of us want that. We want to be the problem solvers. We want to be the guy that's there, ready to go. He's got the multi-tool in his pocket, ready to hand it off and be able to fix the problem. Like last night, I was able to fix my cousin's flat tire, right? Me and my brother got out there, we fixed my cousin's flat tire, and everything was cold, and the tire was like was really hard. The rubber was really hard because it was so cold out, and we were trying to push that plug in there, and luckily I was strong enough to be able to push that plug into the tire and seal it up, and he was able to pump that tire up and be on his way. And without being strong enough to do so, if I wasn't physically able to do so, and that's just one small example, I would have felt like I was lacking, and I wasn't able to be part of that solution. And that's really important to me, and I think it's really important to you guys. Otherwise, we wouldn't be the preparedness-minded individuals that we are. The awesome thing about this is that it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter where you are currently physically. You can get started. Everyone, with very few exceptions, can just start moving their body. Maybe you're 100 pounds overweight, and all you need to do is just get up off of your butt and go for a 20-minute walk, right? Whatever your body is capable of doing, start somewhere. Just get moving and be consistent. Consistency and intensity are the two things right there. Consistency and intensity, those two things are what matters. Doing it often, doing it regular, without skipping, right? Without skipping weeks and months at a time, because if you do that, all of your efforts that you put into it initially are going to be wasted. Figure out a plan, a consistent plan that you can maintain through your life. This is a lifestyle change, something that you can maintain the rest of your life. Like I said, I work out 3 times a week. It is not that difficult to work out 3 times a week. Sometimes I miss a day, but I try to make them up. Like yesterday was Saturday, I was supposed to work out, and I didn't because we had family over and I had excuses. But today I got up and I made it up and I made sure that I got it done. Intensity, that's the other one that really, really matters. How hard you're working. Just like everything else in life, how much effort you put into it is what really, really matters. A short burst of intensity is way more beneficial for the type of fitness that we're talking about than just going out there and beating the pavement for hours upon hours. That's, in my experience, that's generally not very valuable for the type of fitness that we're talking about, general physical preparedness. It actually decreases your strength. It actually does a lot of things that are not so beneficial, and it just beats up your body. Now, I'm not saying don't do long distance running if that's your thing, if that's your passion. I'm not saying that at all. Carry on. If that's what you're all about, then get after it. But what I am saying is consistency and intensity. That's what really, really matters. It generally takes about 8 weeks before you start seeing some sort of results. So don't give up. Just because you haven't seen some sort of major transformation in your body, the way it looks or the way you feel in 2 weeks, don't give up. In my experience, it takes about 8 weeks before you notice anything. So just stay with it, be consistent, and then you'll start reaping those rewards. And what happens is, as soon as you start to feel it, as soon as you start to notice that you've made improvements, you'll be encouraged, you'll be inspired, you'll be more motivated to keep going. And that is the secret right there. That's the secret sauce. You'll start to look better, you'll start to feel better, you'll start to be more encouraged, your confidence will go up, and that confidence will pour over into a lot of other aspects of your life. And people will start noticing that you're walking a little taller, you're feeling a little prouder, and you're just a more competent, capable, confident individual. You want to know what fires me up? What gets me going? What excites me? It's the suffering of others. Now I know that sounds bad. I get that that sounds bad. But the reason that really inspires me, lights me up, fuels my fires, as my friend JJ would say, is that I see the other side of it. When we're suffering doing survival skills and shivering and cold and laying in the mud, or we're doing a million push-ups, doesn't really matter. That suffering, on the other side of it, you see the growth. You see the light bulb go off. You see the light in someone's eye. You see that spark. You see them stand a little taller, a little prouder. You see their confidence increase because they got stronger, because they pushed through something that was difficult. And you cannot put a price tag on that. You can't put a value on that. That is what fires me up. I get so motivated and I get so inspired by the suffering of others and the growth that comes from it. Injuries is another one. Medical issues, another excuse that I hear a lot is that. And I get it. We all have stuff. I've got a laundry list of injuries that I've got to work around because of an active lifestyle that I've had. I've crashed motorcycles. I've twisted and broken ankles. I've got damaged wrists and shoulders and all kinds of stuff. I get it. I understand. And we all, like I said before, have to start somewhere. So we have to work around those issues, and you just have to be creative. You got to think outside the box sometimes and be creative in the ways that you address your physical fitness. You got a bad back. I understand. Everybody's got issues, but you can still do something. There is very small exceptions, very small, very few of us, very few of you guys watching are in that very, very tiny percentage of people that can't do physical activity to any degree whatsoever. I've got a buddy that's got a back issue. He really struggles. He's in a lot of pain, but he can go walk, and he does that. And that's how he stays fit and healthy and active, because he can do what he can do. Everybody's got to understand their limitations. Like me, if I planned on doing 1,000 push-ups today, it's exaggeration obviously, but if I planned on doing 1,000 push-ups today and that was my workout, but my shoulder, man, it's just not feeling it today. And I know if I do that, it's going to make it worse, and I'm not going to be able to move my arm tomorrow, and I won't be able to do the work that I need to do. I'm not going to do the 1,000 push-ups. Maybe I'll reduce the number. Maybe I'll do a different exercise. Maybe I'll just switch it up completely so I don't end up hurting myself. Because if the training, the physical fitness training is injuring you, is hurting you and making it worse, you're missing the point. It's not very effective form of training if that's what's happening. We've got to be smart, and we've got to listen to our bodies and adjust accordingly based on your current physical fitness, your injuries, your medical conditions, all of that. I want you guys to succeed. I want us all to grow stronger physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. And if one of those is lacking, they're all going to lack in some degree, some shape or form. So in the comments section, please tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you're doing to improve your physical fitness. How many times a week do you train? How many, if you train at all? How long are your training sessions? What can you do to improve? What are weaknesses that you have? And what are your plans to improve upon those? Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm grateful for each and every view, the thumbs up, the sharing, the subscriptions. Really, really grateful for each and every single one of you. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. So until next time, what's the worst that could happen? Let's just go on 3.